Welcome everybody to another Stars and Stripes sit down presented by Toyota. I'm Rosen, and today I'm joined by two incredible guests, Melissa Stockwell and PJ Tucker. Melissa is a Purple Heart and Bronze Star recipient. She was the first Iraq War veteran to compete in the Paralympic Games in Beijing in 2008 as a swimmer and carried the US flag in the closing ceremony. She's a three-time Paralympian and bronze medalist in the 2016 Rio Games. PJ joined the 76ers this offseason as a free agent. PJ epitomizes hard work. He boasts one of the best reputations in the NBA, and his illustrious career includes a 2021 NBA championship with the Milwaukee Bucks. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Yeah, great to be on with you, PJ.
Yeah, great to be on with you as well. So honored.
PJ, I know that you have a special place in your heart for those that are in the service or have served. Can you tell us a little bit more about what the service means to you?
Wow, it means so much. It has to, because my entire family has been in the service. My grandfather was, then my father's brother. So my entire life, especially early on, was basically being with my dad and everywhere we were. So in moving with my father, just all the experiences I had growing up early on, being around the military, all the things that he taught me, my grandfather, about hard work, about all the things they've been through. So it just has always been a thing in my family.
That's awesome. Does that probably carries over in like sports too, right? All the stuff he taught you in the military?
1,000%. Like it really goes into like me being a father and being a man as well. Just the way I dress, the way, being on time, just like every little part of life. Like my dad was a stickler on so many things that I didn't understand when I was younger, but as an adult, I really appreciate it now.
Definitely. That's awesome.
Melissa, how did your time in the service prepare you for the athletic career that you've had now?
Yeah, I think kind of similar to what PJ said, there's all these values that you learn in the military, and it's like little things that, like being on time is a big thing for me as well. But also I think, being part of a team, wanting to be part of something bigger than yourself, obviously pride of country. So, I wore our nation's uniform in the military, and now I wear it a different uniform, but as part of Team USA, but still very similar, representing our country. So it kind of, I feel like the values that you learn in the military kind of sets you up for a lot of success and kind of in whatever it is you choose to do.
I know that Toyota has been big in your transition from military life to athletic life. I'm wondering if you could tell us about that partnership, if you're comfortable with it, but also just what that transition was like for you as a person to go from a really intense environment to a totally differently intense environment.
Yeah. So transition from military life to civilian life, it's hard. And a lot of times, like, you're just not sure, you know, all this, like what you've learned in the military and your military job, and how is that going to transition into some sort of civilian work life, balance or job. And Toyota has partnered with Hiring Our Heroes, which is an organization that's dedicated to easing that transition. And it just goes to say so much about, number one, Toyota as a company wanting to give back and truly supporting, veterans like myself that do make that transition. And then, Hiring Our Heroes, which has helped thousands of veterans kind of ease that transition. So truly to be a part of, the Toyota Hiring Our Heroes kind of perfect partnership is, I love kind of being on Team Toyota, being a part of the partnership, and just kind of showcasing what they do, in hopes that, I think the hope is that anyone that needs that help hears about it and finds help, and then finds their own success.
PJ, I'm curious, in your childhood, you're probably uniquely situated to discuss growing up around military values and then using them in your life today. So the US military talks about values like excellence and duty and commitment. And I'm curious how those values now, either in your childhood or in your career, hopefully in both, play into your life.
Definitely both. I think the big one was commitment. My dad never let me quit anything I started, right? So even I remember I went and did baseball and I hated it. And I was just like, I don't want to do it. And he's like, I don't care. You made a commitment to that team. you're going to be there on time. You're going to have your uniform, and I don't care if you enjoy it or not, but you're going to give that team all you have. And I hated it for the whole season, having to be there and not want to play baseball. It just wasn't my thing, but I had to finish the season. And I definitely use that now when people talk about, kind of my character and how hard I work and, that kind of thing. It all really honestly comes from that fabric of my dad of really committing to things and doing things and finishing things and giving it everything you have.
PJ, do you have a message to folks like Melissa who have served or folks that are currently serving?
Oh, message. I just, honestly, I just want to say thank you. I just thank you so much for all you've done, all that you do. It's amazing because growing up around military guys and seeing, how hard they work and everything they went through. As an adult now, it's crazy. As a kid, it's your dad, so you don't really care. And he kind of gets on your nerves and you hate it. And as an adult, it's things that I want to teach my kids and people that my kids can look up to and understand the hard work that people put out to make things happen for this country. So I just want to say thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I think there's a lot of, it's going to be great to be at the game next weekend and kind of celebrate and honor the veterans and watch you crush it out there.
Awesome.
PJ, you have a daughter. You have daughters.
Yep.
And I'm curious how folks like Melissa, who has now had an incredible career in 2 totally different fields, can serve as a role model for you, but also maybe for your daughters.
For sure, for my daughters. My daughter Aaliyah is 16. She is a social butterfly, but she just does not want to. She doesn't want to get after it. She works really hard sometimes, but it's not consistent. I'm always on her, and I know it's tough for her right now, especially being in high school. But to be able to have role models, to see people, have dreams, fulfill them, and keep working hard, and that for me is everything. To see people that really have found a niche of what they want to do in life, and they chase it, and they chase their dreams, and they make them come true. And I think any woman can look up to Melissa for that, for sure.
Melissa, I'm going to let you have the last word. Any advice that you have for folks independently of their careers that might have gone through some challenges and might not have been able to overcome them as gracefully as you have?
Yeah, I think the first piece of advice is that it's okay to admit that it's hard. We all go through hard things, and you don't have to, be the strong person all the time. It's okay to admit that times are hard, and it's okay to admit that you're struggling. The whole term, it's okay to not be okay is so true and relevant. So I think first admitting that, and then I would say find a team of people, whether it's family, friends that want you to improve, want you to succeed in whatever it is that you're trying to get through. And sometimes it sounds silly, but it can be something as simple as a Facebook support group. If there's nothing else out there that can sometimes be a simple, a really great outlet to use, just finding those people that are going through similar things. And the last thing is never count yourself out. We don't give ourselves enough credit on the things that we can do. If you want to try something, before you say you can't do it, go try it, see if you can do it. And chances are you will, and you'll learn something about yourself, and you'll just, carry those small steps with you to hopefully get through whatever it is that you're going through.
Melissa, PJ, thank you both so much for doing another Stars and Stripes sit down presented by Toyota. I learned something as always. I'm very appreciative to you both. So thank you again.
Thank you. See ya. Thank you very much.
Thanks.